I am the Humble Seer.
Hello and welcome to the Humble Seer. Okay, so in this reading, we're going to talk about Britney Spears and her two sons. She has a 17-year-old son, Sean Preston, and she has a 16-year-old son, Jaden James, who is, so Sean is 17 and Jaden is 16. So they're very close in age. And what I get is it was a very chaotic household for these boys, and they really got to see um, really bizarre behavior with their mother, and that those are things that are going to stay with these boys, where it could have long term effects on them as they get into the age where they want to settle down with someone, is what I'm getting. So, from what I understand, the boys are with their father. Now, we have to keep in mind that these boys have been with their mother for many years, their formative years. And the father was around, but not as much as he should have been, is what I get. So, we're just going to, let's see, how do we want to do this? Let's get an overall. Okay, we'll do it like I do my celebrity card readings. We'll get an overall relationship, right, with Britney and her boys, because it's going to be very similar. Although one gets more than the other, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so let's pull a card first on the overall relationship. What went on in that household when they were together? They being Britney and her son Sean and Jaden. Okay, so this is going to be the overall. Okay, so we have Knight of Pentacles. Now that's interesting because what I pick up instantly with that card, Knight of Pentacles, is whoever was in Britney's life at the time, in terms of her romantic relationship. That's how those boys are going to see how you treat women, and it's not good. I can tell you that. So the definition of the Knight of Pentacles is persistent, patience, responsible, hardworking, reliable. Okay, so what I get is like her last relationship, this Sam Ashgari, he's the one that will have the most impact on the psyche of these young boys. He's the one that will have the most impact on them. So the house, but it's just the men that she has in her life in general. Whatever man, because Britney, we have to remember, is she has issues and they're not good issues. Let's get another card for the overall and see if there's anything else that the cards would want to tell us. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands, and that makes sense because the Seven of Wands is, well, it's defiance, it's negotiation, it's self-defense, it's standing your ground. It's also remaining on top. And these boys, see, it's what I'm getting is I'm seeing it through their eyes, all right? Specifically through Jaden. I'm seeing it through his eyes. And in that household, it was the Seven of Wands. It was, Britney was defiant at times. The person that she was dating was defiant at times. The son, Sean, was defiant at times. It was just a lot of defiance, a lot of, standing your ground, a lot of arguing, a lot of poking and prodding. And these boys saw a lot of that. They saw a lot of their mother, Britney's sorrow and pain. They were able to see that. And I'm hearing that they were able to rise above it, which is a strange thing, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, let's pull a card on each boy in the relationship with Britney. Okay, let's do that. Let's see what kind of relationship did she have with each boy. So the first one will be with Sean Preston. He's 17, so he's the oldest. This is their relationship. Okay, Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups would be Britney. And I see Britney in this way, period. Okay, I see her as a loving person, but not really knowing what it's odd because we're all born with the ability to love. So she does know how to do it, but she doesn't know how to receive it. But as it relates to her son, she is the Queen of Cups. She's empathic, she's loyal, compassionate, she's loving, she's very supportive as much as she can be. But what I get is that she's really half of what a real mother would be because she doesn't have the capacity. She tries, and she has succeeded to a certain extent. If I were to put it in terms of numbers, I would say that a well-functioning mother would be at 100%. You know, she's giving her son attention. She's not fighting with others, with men in front of them. She's not showing them how to treat women, which is horribly. You know, she is part of their school activities. She's just a present parent. That would be at 100. Britney is at a 15%. And it's sad. Okay, let's pull a card now on Jaden. He's 16, okay? And his overall relationship with his mother. Okay, we have the Emperor, which is an interesting card. Okay, so what I get here is the Emperor is about the men in her life being Britney's life, okay? Where this young boy, he gets the brunt of it. So Sean is older, and it's just typical. The older one is doesn't get it like the next kid coming, or even the kid after that, the one in the middle, right? Well, actually, the one in the middle is the one that catches it the most, and then the baby, I'm sorry. So the Emperor steps in, and like I say, the Emperor is about rules. And the men in her life are about rules because she's all over the place and there are no rules to be had in her house. It's like she tells him, no, stop, don't do that. And then she retreats to her bedroom in a state of sadness, right? So it's like, that's what they get from her. There's no in between is what I get. There's no in between in the relationship that she has with her boys. But Jaden is seeing the male figures in his life as the Emperor. So as he matures and gets older, he's going to see those relationships. He's going to see relationships with women as him needing to be the Emperor at all costs. At all costs. All right, so we know that the boys, like I was saying earlier, Britney Spears had these boys in their formative years, right? The years where they were shaped into who they're going to become as adults. And we're going to hear the problems that they have in relationship. It's not going to be good. And Kevin Federline came in at the tail end of it. So he's not going to be able to do anything. But let's pull a card on why, because, the boys are close to adulthood, 16 and 17. They're one step away from 18. All right. If they haven't reached it already. So, yeah, it is interesting because they're one step away from adulthood. They're going to be out on their own. So it's not like they moved with Kevin Federline, or there was this big thing where they were younger in age and it's like, oh, we've got to snatch these kids and move them over here to the father because the mother isn't stable. They're almost adults. Okay. So let's get a card on and see if we can glean from the card why the boys went with Kevin Federline, their father. Let's just get a card on that. She had these children with Kevin Federline because she thought he was hot. He was cute. Okay, so why they went to Kevin, their father, Kevin Federline, is the Three of Wands. And that's luck. That's luck. It's international trade. It's great opportunities. It's like they're there with the father to start to do things in life that they want to do, where their interests lie, right? That's why they're there. It's not, once again, to get away from the mother. It's there to start their productions, is what I'm getting. So it's not as if they don't have a relationship with their mother. Let's get one more card on why. Because I get that they left because that marriage with... Okay. All right. It's that Sam Ashgari. They got tired of it. And they're talking to their father about it. Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is, well, it's gossip. You know, it's supervision. It's clever. It's vigilant. So I see a lot of things in this card for why the boys are with their father. Part of it is all of the drama with Sam Ashgari, her soon-to-be ex-husband, I guess. And their need to get away from all of that. And the father, Federline, was hearing things, and he said, you know, this is not a healthy environment for my boys. But again, it wasn't like it wasn't a legal thing. It was just like, let's get this. And Britney was with it. She wanted them to go as well. Well, it's very fascinating. Wow. Yeah, it was time for those boys to get out of that situation because Britney felt it was going to get heated. Like I say, those boys saw a lot, and it was a lot of nothing good. And they're going to suffer. And it'll continue because they'll have children, and then their children will. It's going to be a continuous thing, generation after generation. And it's very sad. So we can just pray for them. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for stopping by the Humble Seer. Do consider liking, sharing, subscribing. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think about this read. If you like what I do, buy me a coffee in the description box below. And until next time, as always, you take good care, and we'll talk soon. Bye.